Sawasdee Krap. Today we're going to talk about kicks. As usual, there are many kicks, way more kicks than there are elbows and there are knees. We're going to try to narrow it down to a few that we're going to be doing in our seniors Muay Thai fitness workouts. So we're going to start with the front teep, and we're going to do the rear push kick, and we do a swing kick, and then we'll do a lead leg kick, and then a switch kick. After that, we'll try to explain those, but those all require a lot of strength, a lot of balance, a lot of agility, and a lot of practice. So, when we go to explain those, we're going to have to be trying to work with a lot of adaptations. I had to use a lot of adaptations before I was able to master some of these techniques. So we're going to have to do a lot of that today. Okay. So in the orthodox position, we're going to start with the front teep. The front teep is exactly that. It's a push kick. And it's like a punch. It involves some hip. So you can drive forward, drive through, you pick up your knee, you push it through the opponent, you bring your knee back, you put it down. It's called a front teep. Teep means push. Okay? It's your front teep. I'll do it again. And we'll do a rear push kick. Same thing. You pick up the rear leg, get the knee up, push the hip out, kick with the ball of the foot, bring it back in the recoil to its original position. Then we'll do the rear swing kick. This one is a little bit more difficult because it requires you to open up your hips, rotate on the ball of your foot. But when we get to explaining it, we'll try to do some adaptation. So, you want to be inside so we can kick. What we want to do, we just want to pick up that leg like a baseball bat. And we want to get close enough to kick with the shin. And if we don't want to kick with the shin and we want range, we want to kick with just the inside of the curve between the shin and the instep. We want to open up the hips, pivot on the ball of the standing foot. And that's pretty much your swing kick. It's called swing because you're swinging the bat from the back to the front, bringing it back, and all of that is done by pivoting on the foot that is sitting on the ground, the lead foot. If you take a pole and push it from your head right down to your toe, that whole position should be straight and up and down. I am not there yet, but it's a work in progress. So here, one more time, the swing kick. Okay, now we move to the lead leg kick. Lead leg kick is a little more tricky. What you're trying to do is kick with the lead leg and there's not a whole lot of power, so you want to take a small cheat step. That'll put you in a position where the leg is not really as much to the front as it is right now. When you take a cheat step, you kind of get the leg in line with each other or slightly behind the right foot that you want to be kicking with. It's a cheat step so that we can do a lead leg kick properly. When you come back, that foot comes back, you usually land with that leg back, you take a step back in order to reset. So we'll do that just once more. Lead leg, reset. Okay? So, next kick that we want to do, that we'll probably be doing in our seniors Muay Thai fitness workouts, is the switch kick. The switch kick is essentially, what's happening here is you want to kick with this leg, but because the lead leg doesn't give you enough power, you want to get this leg behind so that you can get power out of the hips. So you can turn your body and your hip over, rotating on this leg to get some power. That's why we switch kick. So when we say switch, what we're really trying to do is change the position of our feet. So you can do that by hopping, by sliding. Hop, change the position of your feet. Go back, orthodox, hop, change the position of your feet, and then you kick. So it's going to look something like this. I'll explain it further when we stop. You want to switch kick? Switch. Reset. We'll do that once more. Switch. Reset. Okay, we'll do those kicks very quickly on the southpaw side so that the southpaw practitioners can get a view of what it looks like, and then we'll explain those kicks as best we can with adaptations. Adaptations are necessary here. They were necessary for me when I began 10 years ago. So we start with that teep. Teep. If you don't want to time the bag, teep. If you don't want to catch the bag, you can just teep. Teep. That's your rear push kick. So we go again. Teep. Rear push kick. And we go to that left swing kick. Southpaw swing kick. Southpaw swing kick. And we go to the lead leg kick. Southpaw. Then we want to go to the switch kick. Bag's moving so we can time it. Once more. And if you can explain that with some adaptations, it would be good. So, we're going to do the front teep. Essentially, what we were doing on the bag, pick the knee up, push out, strike the target with the ball of the foot, and the target is usually the belly button of the opponent that is your size and weight. But as seniors, we have a lot of trouble bending the knees. So we're going to make an adaptation here. And the adaptation is this. The teep is usually to keep the opponent away from you. The majority of the time, the teep is exactly that. There's other times when it's used too, but it's mostly for keeping their attacker away from you. So our adaptation to that, because we can't bring the knee up and bend it until we develop some knee strength and some flexibility, is we're going to try to keep the foot as straight as a hockey stick. And instead of targeting the belly button, we're going to target the thigh area or the front of the shin. It's a smaller target, but because you're not picking up the foot as high, you can still be able to stop someone who is advancing by just picking up the leg, boom, target the top of the thigh, boom. Just pick it up, target the top of the thigh, and lean back a little so you can get some hip into it. If you're targeting the shin, same, boom. That's our adaptation. So while we're doing our workouts, and we say, okay, it's a front teep, you can't teep the belly button, you teep the front of the thigh. You teep the front of the shin. That's our adaptation to the front teep. And the rear teep, pretty much the same adaptation. Instead of going for the belly button, we go for the thigh or shin. When we're doing the teep, we want to be sure that as that foot goes out, the defensive arm comes up, gives us some protection at the head, and we push the lead arm down to give some momentum and some torque and some balance. It's just like if you're walking down the street and you don't walk with your hands all tight. Give it some momentum so that foot can go out and come back. And the same with the rear teep. Boom. Some momentum, foot can go out and come back, and the other hand comes up to protect the head. So whichever side, whichever leg you're using, the hand on that side goes down to give some balance and some momentum. Always. Now we'll move to the rear swing kick, which is a little bit more difficult. It's difficult because we have to get up on the balls of our feet or foot on the the leg that we're not kicking with, so that we can turn our hip through the target, turn our shoulder through the target. Boom. That's what we want to do. And what we'd like to do is keep that kicking leg straight. That's a work in progress for me. As Master Toddy used to tell me, broken back, no power, no power. So we need that leg to be straight so we're not kicking with a broken back. Boom, back. When we swing that leg out, because we can't get up on the ball of that foot every time and keep perfect balance, what we can do as an adaptation, and it's the same thing, and I'm jumping step here, but it's the same thing. When you swing that leg out, the hand that is not on the side of that leg comes up to protect the face, and you use that arm on the same side of the leg to drive backward, give you that leg and hip thrust, and create some balance. So, boom, on that kick. Now, we'll do that adaptation, because as seniors, we may not be able to get up on the ball of that foot right away. We have to develop some leg strength and some agility. So what we'll do is we'll step out at a 45-degree angle, and then we'll kick straight ahead. When we step out, the hip is open a little. We won't need to get up on the balls of our foot, on the ball of our foot, and we kick straight ahead. So we go, boom, bring it back, and keep it low. We can't kick very high. I never have a high kick. It's either a body kick or a leg kick. So in this case, because we're doing an adaptation and we're just beginning, we'll keep our kicks low. We'll kick to the leg. Boom, back. So if we say it's a rear swing kick, you step out at a 45-degree angle, kick in front of you, bring the leg down, and put it back. Okay, so the lead leg kick. Essentially, it's the same. The arm that is not on the side of the leg you're kicking will give you some defensive position here, some defensive posture here by protecting the head. And the arm that is on the side of the kick will go down as if you're walking to create some thrust and some force and create some balance. Same. Boom. 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 So the adaptation here is very similar to the swing kick. Step out at a 45-degree angle, and it's not a big step because it's a quarter step, it's a cheat step. Kick directly in front of you, bring it back, reset. In front of you, bring it back, reset. In front of you, bring it back, reset. Arm goes down, create forward torque, bring it back, reset. Okay, now we do the switch kick. This one is a little bit more tricky. And what we do, as we said, on the bag, we want to switch positions of the leg to make the kick, to give the kick more power and force, because now it's coming from behind. Boom. Switch position, now we're kicking from behind. So this is what it looks like. Boom. Reset. Boom. Reset. Our adaptation to that would be, which most coaches don't like, but as seniors, we will do it, we walk. So instead of the slide step to kick, we will walk. 1, 2, kick, reset. 1, 2, kick, reset, until the feet and the legs get stronger. We can get up on the balls of our foot, on the ball of our foot, and we have some agility. So, Alika.